I only have one word to say. Finally! The Baja headlights have arrived. Actually, I got the Baja headlights about a month and a half ago. All the supporting pieces, the wiring harness and the bracket and the bezel, finally got here yesterday, like a month and a half later. So let's get a cracking on this bike and let's get it installed. I'm going to show you how to install it, hopefully. I don't know how. I'll figure it out and we'll see what it looks like. But I've been waiting for this for a while. Finally here. Let's get moving after the intro. Okay, let's go piece by piece and what we got. Let's start with the support stuff. This basically, I believe, is to keep, it's a bezel to keep the water and moisture getting into the fairing between the headlights. So that's what we have here. We have the mounting bracket, which is well made. Mounting bracket. We have 4 brackets. They go to the mounting bracket. We have the wiring harness. Why do people always do lawn work when I start a video? It's on the next episode. Okay, that's the wiring harness. Supposedly plug and play, we'll figure it out. And lastly, the bolts. A bag of bolts. Let's look at the light. Comes in this box. Baja Designs. Okay, first box. We have, oof, pretty. First headlight, which is the clear. Boop. And that comes with instructions and a bunch of little bolts and stuff. I'm gonna have some spare parts, I always do. Okay, what else is in here? Another mounting bracket. Very nicely made. Very nice. Okay, that's the first box. Why am I showing you the second box? There's a reason. The second box I open it upside down again. What's in the second box? Ooh, the amber one. So basically, let's take this plastic off. Okay, I'll go over all the specs on this, how it compares to the stock headlight. I actually did a test. I filmed it last night outside my garage to see how bright it was with the standard headlights. I'm going to compare it to this later on. The reason why I went with one amber, one white, a couple reasons. One, to mix it up. 2, they put off a different kind of glow, whatever you want to call it, coverage. Some states you're not allowed to have all amber, so that's pretty much why. And plus it looks badass. So that's all the parts. Let's get installing. Alright, I'm not going to show you how to take the fairing off. If you don't know how to take the fairing off, watch a video. It's pretty easy. Basically, you get the 4. Well, I got these things on here, so it's pretty much hand tightened. Take these 4 off. You got 2 screws here. You have another screw, sorry, under the speaker. I have to pop it out, I'll show you. There's a screw in here, 2 screws there. You got the 2 bolts here, and that's it. The 4 up top, 2 on the bottom, 1 in the speaker, the 2 on here. Fairing slides right off. There's 2 clips you got to take off. You take those two clips, detach them, fairing comes right off. Be careful because the fairing will drop on you. So in that last nut, when you're taking it off, bolt, whatever you want to call it, when you're taking it off, be careful because it can slide off. So I'm not going to video taking this off. I may let you see how bad it looks under this fairing with all the wiring I did, which I will be cleaning up today also. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, fairing's off. It's very easy. It's two T27 torque spits on the one bolt on the side. I said two, it's one. And the same goes, I think it was the same. Yeah, the same goes for the one inside the speaker, which is right here. Okay. That's what it looks like underneath. It's a mess. I just pulled everything out. So here's my Rockford Fosgate DSP. And my 1200 watt amp is under here. This is the Sony 7000, which I'm about to go take out and waterproof. I'm doing that also. But the problem I have is the 1200 watt amp, I had to fabricate this to get it in here. It's too big. So what I'm gonna do is pull this out now. I'm gonna see if I can cut into this bracket to make it fit. I might not have to, but I want to do it anyway. So give me a minute. Okay, so I'm doing now is I'm taking the headlight out. It's got to come out anyway for the install. So you have the two bolts on top, two bolts on the bottom, which I already took out. Okay. Take those out. Now, if I were you, I'd get some sort of metal magnetic trays like this so you can organize all your bolts. That comes right out and there's one clip. So I'll show you. You have one clip here. That's it. Pop that clip out, pull up, pop out. That's it. Headlight assembly is out. Say goodbye to the mean mug and the old headlights. Okay, I finished cutting and fits perfectly. So I should have showed you before, but basically I cut over here on the side and I was able to now get this to fit perfectly underneath the head unit by drilling two holes here. So it should fit good. I'll find out. It might be a little tight, but we're going to find out. The head unit will fit right on top of it now. Have a little more room. And what I just did with the Sony 7000 is I waterproofed it. There are little holes on the top. So there's still plenty of room to breathe on the sides. And I've seen some wraps where they actually cover these too. I don't want the unit to overheat. I'm not going to play around with that. Well, I'm tempted to. Anyway, use some foil tape. You get it on Amazon. Let me see if I have it here. Yeah, it's called Tape Plus. Just a roll of foil tape. You peel the back off, it sticks right on. I'm probably going to do the sides too. I don't want to play around with it. It looks like nothing can get wet there. All right, so anyway, the top is sealed. And it'll fit right on. I don't have the cover on, but it'll fit right over. And everything will mount. Leaving it off for right now because I want to try to do... I'm going to try to do the headlight now. And I have a lot of room to work with. I just got to clean it up a little bit. It's all dirty. All right, let's get to work. I took a little break. I was up since 4 o'clock that morning, 3:45 that morning. So, new day, same shirt. Back at it. So really quick what I did was I waterproofed my Sony with foil tape. Put all that back on. I cut out the frame so I could get the amplifier to sit nice. I have to do the rest. I'm going to have to tuck all this in. I'll do that in a minute. Next step. I got to take this tank off. And if you haven't taken the tank off, it's very easy. You got your couple bolts here, one on this side, one on that side, and you disconnect the fuel line, which is just quickly like you pull down and pop off. Just put a little rag there so the gas don't leak out. A little bit, a couple drops might come out. So I'm gonna pop off this tank and be right back. Okay, with the tank neatly out of the way, I'm gonna pop this cover off, which is just basically pop it off like that. Whatever side you choose. Then you can get to all the wires. You're going to run the wire through here to the positive and negative of the battery. Okay, once you run it through, I like to zip tie them back down and run it through. It's very simple. Red is positive, black is negative. You're gonna attach it to the battery. You're gonna put the cover back on. You're gonna put the gas tank back on. Once that's all snugged up, we're gonna go over and do the rest, which is this mess. All right, before we start, you take out these two pods here, air ducts. Okay, you take the one off on the side here to take this out. You have one more here, and then one more up there. I don't know if you can see it, but basically, real simple. Just gonna use your little T-handle or whatever you have for your Torx bit. Take those two out, this will pop right out. Everything neatly tucked out of the way for now. I'm gonna take the H bracket with the bar that behind the front of the H, and we're going to use the existing screws for the headlight to mount that. Oh, here we go. I have to try to figure out how to do this. Okay, basically, you have the light. Now, the instructions suck for this, so I got to figure this out. I guess I got to put it up this way with the LP6 up front, the HD on the bottom, the BD. Now, you want to put the brackets on, so you want to have a little bit of play. So keep this one loose, this is where you adjust it. This one very snug, enough to where you can move it. These brackets then go like this, that mount to the bracket. Okay, so you got 4 bolts. Take the ones that have a little bit of Loctite on it and the washer, and you're good to go. Let's see if we get it on here now. Okay, it comes with a little bag of bolts. So you want to grab a couple and let's start putting it on the bike. There I got one. Just gotta get it started. If I get it started, the rest will be easy. Alright, I got the first one in. What you need to get is something like this. It's a little kit. You get it on Amazon. Has a bunch of different bits. I believe it came with this wrench. It's multi-works. Multi-works. I don't know how to say it. So basically, it's a tiny little ratchet. Put it in there. It's the only way I was able to get in there, and it took a lot of work. So if you don't have something like this, or maybe there's another tool out there you can get. Otherwise, it's really hard. I'm gonna have to adjust it. I'm not sure the height yet. I might just do it right up top. I'll have to see outside, but this one's in. Got the next one to do. Pushing forward. I had to take a break. I'll tell you right now, if you have an amplifier, you may not want to try to put these Baja lights in. It's almost impossible. I finally got everything in. Took me hours to try to get my hands behind there and get the nuts in. If you're gonna do it, I would suggest, instead of using the hex bolts that they give you, get regular bolts that you can use with an open end wrench so you can get in there, because it's almost impossible. It really is. Took me hours. Anyway, I got it in. The wiring's a pain in the ass because of the amplifier. So I got it all in. You adjust them here, in there, so you could adjust the height. I can still play with it. I ended up having to notch out my speaker cavity to get my DSP to fit in here, because there's no room. So I'm going to put the cover back on. There's another problem is, if you get one of these, they basically go on here like this, and they stick to the inside of the fairing. So I'll show you when I put it on. so it keeps water from getting in. So you want to get one of these also. So I'm going to do that real quick, put it back together. I put the LP6 filler in. That was a bitch. Just trying to get a good angle here. Okay, so basically it mounts like this with the bend coming towards the bike. T for top. There's 3 little circles here you can use to guide it. Hopefully I did it right. If not, I could tape it off again. That's how you got to do that one. Let's put it back on the bike. And that's everything with all the extra wires. Wish me luck. Okay, final thoughts. It was a bitch to put in. It's very tight. I would change the hex bolts on it so you can use an open-ended wrench. If you have an amplifier, I have a 1200 Sound Digital 1200.4. It's pretty big, so it sticks out a little bit too much. So it made a really tight fit. If you have a smaller amp and it's underneath the head unit nicely, you should have it should be okay. But without an amp, it's really easy to install probably, because you could probably get in from the backside. So what I don't like about it, I put the filler in, but there's gaps. I mean, you don't really see them, but I'm kind of concerned if I'm riding in heavy rain, how that's going to be. I'll find out. Brightness, holy shit, it's brighter. I mean, you'll see the side-by-side here, but the whole area is like lit up. So I'm sure the driver's gonna hate me. And I don't know. Looks cool as shit. I mean, I just love how that looks. That's badass. So, final thoughts. I'll let you know as I keep riding it. Haven't really taken it out yet at nighttime. I just want to get this video out there. I like it. It's cool looking. It's different. I like being different, as you can see by the rest of my bike. So, any questions, hit me up. It took a little while to get, but I like it. See if I keep it. I'm just worried about the water, but we'll see. I did waterproof my Sony, so it should be okay, but I don't know. I may have to switch radios if I'm going to keep this light. Other than that, hit the like and subscribe. Hope you like this video. Wasn't as in-depth as I hoped it would be, but this took me a lot longer than I expected. So, a little tough on the install because it's so hard to get behind the damn brackets. But otherwise, bright as hell. Hopefully it helped you make a decision. Till then, hit the like and subscribe, and see you on the next video. Next video, I'm probably doing the Bassani 2-into-1 exhaust and a center stand coming up. Those are the next 2 on the hit list. And then maybe a 124 muscle kit. Maybe. We'll let you know. Ride safe. That's the low beams. Can't even really show you this. It's too bright, I can't even show it to you. That's the low beams. Let me get from the side. And the high beams.
Ways on the Fat Boy before.
It's just insane.
Blue, really nice. We got that Midnight Crimson with blood.